Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Hold on, let me get this shared in all the places it should be shared. Hi, Diane. You are the first. You got it, Diane. Yay. All right. Hold on here, guys. 1 second. I'm just trying to share this into the appropriate groups. And as soon as that happens, let's see here. Let's share this in groups. I'm going to share it in Onward and Team Onward. Okay. So we did that. And then we're going to share, hopefully, dun-dun-dun. Hopefully that's going to share to my main page too. So how? Hey, Tracy, I see you. I see you. How's everybody doing? Like, I have had a busy week, but I've had a really busy Sunday too. So hold on. You know the computer never keeps up with the good stuff. So I'm going to find this here so that I can keep up with your comments. Otherwise, I'll see them an hour later and you'll say, Molly's been drinking again or something like that. So let us see here. Hold on. Okay, there's that. Let's bring this up. Make sure this is turned down. Put this where I can see it. Okay. All right. I guess next thing would be put my glasses on so I can read it, right? It's the old thing. So happy Sunday. So I said I had been busy, right? Busy. So I have so much I want to share with you. Let's see. Tamara, hello. Wait a minute. I'm trying to call them out here. Hold on, guys. Stacy and Lori and Angie. Jasmo, hello. Linda Church, hello. Sandra, oh my goodness. Keisha. Stephanie, how are you, baby? Linda. Let's see here. Kim, hey, Kim Marie, how you doing, baby? Renee. Okay, these are going to keep scrolling, so that's good. So we're not going to, I don't like doing too much romper room because then all we do is say hello. But thank you for being on here. Last week was our first official Keeping It Real with Molly back. We just shifted from Fridays to Sundays because Fridays just doesn't go with my new schedule. So I am here, and this is some about business, and it's some about life, and it's some about struggles and some about yay celebration. It's all of that stuff. So I'm going to cut this down so I don't hear all the dings. Love the hair shines. I know, seriously. So like cheek coloring, I got to tell you, I cannot believe that I did this myself. I can't believe I did this. I was so scared. Look, back in the day, I would do the frosting and the highlights and stuff, but I've never done color. And because I've been such a chicken to find a new stylist, because my girl Darlene is back up in Maryland, and I've been nipping some bangs here where they needed it and trying to keep this crud right. But the color was completely grown out because I've been down here 5.5 months now. And so Avon came up with the new, chi is the thing right now, but they came out with the coloring. And this is actually the medium honey. Oh, somebody help me. The medium honey blonde. That's what it is, warm. And my hair had gotten kind of a darker. It's really a dark mousy brown, when it grows out. But I did this and it's great. And I'm not going to lie. If Darlene was here, I'd say, girl, this color, but throw some highlights in it. I would like some more, highlights in it. But the point is, she's not, and I don't think I'm going to try to go up in March to see her. So hopefully she can help me out there. But we'll see. So I have to tell you, for anybody who's like, I just can't, I don't know what to do. Look, this was like all of, it sat on my hair for 30 minutes. Okay. 30 minutes. But doing it took me about 15 or 20 minutes. So I took an hour out of my day and did this and then rinsed it. And of course, look, it was also the first time I had used the Chi shampoo conditioner. I had used the serum because I love the serum, but the Chi and the shampoo too. And I've got to tell you, there's no coarseness, but yet there is life back to my hair. My hair was one where if I didn't have color in it, like it just wouldn't do anything. But sometimes it would be almost too coarse with, I guess, ammonia coloring, and this is ammonia free. So for those of you who like react to ammonia, this is not ammonia. Hi, Sarah Robinson, how are you? Hey, GM, I see you sneaking in. Tammy Leonard, all of you, thanks. So what I did is I said, this is crazy. It's actually given it life back, but it's soft. It's so freaking soft. So I got to tell you, I was really happy with that. I'm also using, I'm gonna own to something. Now, all my friends know this, right? All my really close Avon friends know this, and I mean really, really close. I have never, in all the 16 years that I have been with Avon, I have never been able to wear their foundations. I am sorry. You noticed that I couldn't wear them, so what happened? I just didn't talk about them, right? Or like I talked about what other people said about them that love the foundations. But this new face shop that LG has bought in, because they bought our company, the US market, North American market, I liked the makeup when I first got it, but I could not locate my color. And I finally have like located the color that's great for me. It took me 3 tries. So I want you to know, here's the girl. It took 3 tries, but talk about complete coverage, but not heavy coverage, you know. And of course, and I'm using some of the other Avon products that I do use. Look, I've never been the girl who uses all Avon with anything. Like I would have never washed my hair with the old Avon shampoo. Didn't like it, paid a pretty mint for good shampoo. But now we have the Chi and, you know, some of the other ones that are coming out. Again, you talk about a step above, a higher quality of what we have. I mean, I'm loving a lot. Now, I could not do the, I'm trying to look at the other one. I couldn't do the Kush. I'm not going to lie, guys. I couldn't do that. It just wasn't for me. There's nothing wrong with it. I have probably got 15 customers on that now, but it wasn't for me. But the ink line, oh my gosh. Again, I love the way it went on. It dried. It wasn't wet. It just flowed. It just flowed. And I used some really good brushes too. I'm a firm believer that when you're putting makeup on, sometimes you can have a great makeup, but if you don't have a great brush or whatever to put it on with, I believe, to me, it's been always essential, especially as I got older. As I got older, I felt like I needed some really good brushes. And Lee, bounced out about a year ago and got me. I have been coveting these iconic London brushes that are, no lie, expensive makeup brushes, but I wanted the full set. And he got me the full set last year for my birthday, I think it was, or for something. He's always trying to celebrate something with me. And I fell in love with the brushes because I think brushes are key. What you use to put your makeup on, whether it's cushioned or whatever that works for you. But I think until you find what works for you, sometimes you just don't know, right? So yeah, for that, I love that, of course. So that has been tremendous. So I found the great hair product. Look, I've been completely reinventing my skincare regimen, completely reinventing it. And I mean, for the last 2 months, I have been reinventing my skincare with everything new that's been coming in the last 2 or 3 months. And what I knew was I could not make a judgment call with just a month in, right? So, I am using, of course, the Cica, which I absolutely love. I fell madly in love with that. I'm in love with the Green Goddess. Now, I haven't been using that as long, but I added that to my regimen, and I absolutely love that. And the Therapy Serum, the smell is amazing, but I use it from head to chest. I've had a lot of sun damage in my chest, and this really helps like smooth out wrinkles and smooth out some of the damage. So I've got to tell you, I gotta, Lori says the magic and the sponge. Now I gotta tell you, Lori, the magic is good. Now, I don't use that for full coverage, but if I have to rush to go out somewhere, and I hate to go out and not wear any makeup at all because I'll scare people, like scare them. Like I don't want to go up to them with no makeup and say, hi, I'm your Avon rep, and I have amazing not wearing them products that I want to turn you on to. So here you go. I don't want to scare them. So I always take the magic, again, with my brushes, but I will take the magic and I will use that for like every day, kind of like, okay, Molly, get something on just so you have something on your skin, just so you look even, because I have very uneven skin tones. I know you can't tell it now. That's because the makeup's awesome, okay? But absolutely great. So yeah, GM says she loves the Cica, loves the CBD, but I'm trying to mask down what I use. I don't want to be the one who tells my customers that you have to use 15 products in order to get great results. You know, I'm still using the AE Dark Circle Corrector. I started using that when life was really hard about 2 years ago, and I felt like I wasn't sleeping. And as you can tell, and the Deep Puffer, I'm using the Deep. I love that. Love that. There are certain things like the regimented stuff that we had that were for problems. I'm using some of that stuff. But as far as my everyday use, I am really, Candace, when you tell me it looks flawless, girl, just let me say, Sunday's compliment of the day, because my girl Candace, again, I told you, beauty influencer, she has started the most epic group. And I'm here to tell you, I love my group Onward No Matter What for all Avon. I love it. I love our tribe. But for a group that really sticks to the subject of what they do, if you're not part of the beauty influencers with I'm telling you, the people that share their pictures, they're like, share this if this helps you because you don't wear it, but you want to try. This group is amazing. So again, Candace, I'm going to tell you, put your link on, have somebody put it in here in the comments, because I do believe in that. And I have to tell you, it was a little bit intimidating for me at first. And we talked about this last time, right? How here I am, 56 years old, okay? And I got my girl Candace, who, if she's lucky, she's in her 20s because she's just gorgeous and this and that. And her makeup is a freaking flawless all the time. I mean, when she gets on there to, you know, present, like I look at her eyeshadow and the way she does her lip. If I could possibly get my lips to look like Candace's lips, you know, I mean, I would be doing commercials out there. But first it was a little bit intimidating for me because I'm like, my gosh, all these young girls, and they're all beautiful and they're coming in. And you know what? I had to take my own advice and I had to say, Molly, stop it. Just stop it. These girls are going to help you produce new customers with a younger generation. They are going to show what our makeup and our skincare and everything about what we do. It is going to help show the world that not only can it turn a 56-year-old who, y'all saw the pictures. Were you in Onward? Did you see the before and after, before makeup, before hair color, before all that? Did you see all that needed painting? The barn was bare, baby. And that, like, oh, people say, Molly, that takes guts. No, sometimes I think it takes stupidity. I get on here and I'm like, here I am. Can you believe Lee Bibb still love me? And here I am. And I got nothing on, so I'm going to show you. And then all of a sudden, you know, I transform into, wow, look at her skin. It's like so even. And, you know, her eyes are popping. And Candace, your group, I am learning how to take something she may do that's so dramatic and scale it down just a little bit for me. I don't need my makeup exactly like hers, but I look for the technique and I read what she puts underneath her posts. And it is, to me, I'm like, I adopted JP at one time. I'm getting ready to adopt Candace. She don't know it yet, but I'm getting ready to adopt her. And when I do, you're just adopted. There's no way out of it. So I'm just going to say that because I've watched her growth that so scared to do live streams, so scared to put pictures of herself up. And she is just boom, 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 boom. And now she's just racking that stuff out. But what I notice is people that are in there that I've always thought were flawless. Regina Means, there are certain people that like I see and we always hug it out when we see each other at Rep Fest and places like that I'm looking at them and they're all stepping out. So Candace, what a way to give back to our tribe, to our community, to help them build their own confidence and do what they need to do because you have done this. So anyways, yeah. So that's where I am with that. So let's just say that. So yeah, thank you whoever started this with me. Yeah. So let me go back and see if there's anything crazy here. Candace does great demos. Love what she does. Absolutely. Oh yeah, Kim and I were on a live where we were doing a one-on-one training and just kind of doing goals and everything for her. And she was like, your routine is really working and your skin looks amazing. And I'm like, it's Avon. Yes, it is. So it's so nice to be able to say that about so many things, I think for some of you who you're like, oh, I don't use this or use this and it's not Avon. Stop it. We all use things that may not be with the company that we're from. And by the way, I have bought products from other company because I want to do the comparison. When Unique was brand new, I bought a couple of their lipsticks. I wanted to know what was different. Why would people pay that high price for a lipstick? And I wanted to try it. So I did. I am an Ulta lover and I'm proud of it. I like that. When I found out they were having Belief, I knew about Belief. I had seen it in there. The girls had me try it in there. They know me by my first name. And even the girls in here now, down in Mooresville in North Carolina, they know me. I love me some Ulta because I love beauty and I love new hair products and I love to know what's out there. And we are now in our company coming into a world where we're getting ready to come into the Chi styling tools, which believe me are not something you're going to find at your local CVS, okay? You're going to have to go to Ulta to find something that's even amazingly comparable to it. And I love that, but it's for everybody. It doesn't matter if you're in my 50s age group, if you're 40s, if you're in your 20s, your 30s, and even if you're in your 70s. I mean, no offense. Have y'all seen Miss Charlotte pop? Thank you. Girlfriend has got it going on all the time. I strive that when I hit her age, I want to be her. Thank you. I want people to look at me and go, hey, Molly, how you stay so young looking? See, I want to be Miss Charlotte. So, and if you're not following Miss Charlotte, you should, because she's a leader in our company and she's the most lovable person ever. And I got to see her for the first time in about 18 months when I was in Orlando, and we spent quality time, thank you to Michael Senchak, together at dinner one night with her and Lori Yannick. And we just slapped it up and talked and had a good time and found each other at the cocktail things and just loved it up on one another. It's what I love the most about our company. I got to tell you, I am an affiliate for a couple of different other companies. Affiliate, why? Because I've used a product and something really helps me, like the CBD oil that I take, that I actually ingest for my anxiety, that I get every time before I do an online. Thank you. I am an affiliate, and why wouldn't I be? I'm going to be an affiliate because I believe in a product. I'm going to be an influencer for anything that I find is great. Kind of like when I cook, and I'm like, oh my God, you'll need to get this kind of sauce for your, because if you don't get this, it's not going to taste the same when you make my recipe. See, I am a believer in sharing the love. If you find something that you love, you need to share it so everybody else can enjoy it and you can enhance their lives. So I all the way across, I just like to share with you guys. So let me tell you one thing I am sharing. Hold on. Oh, wow, y'all have really been talking and I didn't know. Oh, Andrea, I'm sorry your internet's screwy. Hopefully it's not everybody else. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Donna. I see you. So this is something I want to share with you. I've shared it before, but not in a couple of years. Do you guys see this book here, my Facebook photo book? First of all, I want to tell you that if you are not a social media hoe like I am, yeah, I just called myself a hoe, but it's different. It's a social media hoe. In other words, I love social media. I share pictures with you all the time. I save pictures that I see on social media, okay, that kind of thing. That's what I mean by me being a hoe, okay? That's not a ho-ho, but a hoe. You know what I mean, so don't judge me. Thank you. Anyways, and you know how you have all those pictures on your phone and you're like, oh my gosh, I've got to go print them off. And I started doing this in 2017, I think. So I've only been doing it a couple of years. But Facebook, there's a company with Facebook that's called Resnap. And what happens is everything that I share, I have been able to take this and it has captured all my pictures on my Facebook, rather it was dishes that I cooked, rather it was even pictures from like maybe somebody shared a memory or something, and it's probably in another book. But I love this. So look, so I got to pick the cover, so look at that. Look at Carla, like cropped herself in there, okay, with the formidable foreign Lee. But I love this picture so much that I put this on the front. Oops, hold on. Here's the thing here from the Resnap. And then on the back, of course, me and my girl, me and my Skylar. I miss her so much. I don't see her nearly as much as I used to. Hi, Phyllis. I see you. So what happens is, and this is hardback, so I love this, but let me see if I can like, look, guys. Pictures of me before and after. Look, somebody gifted us cups. They're in here. I'm going to try to do this where it's not so, oh, wow, this is horrible. Okay, look. Me and Mr. Brian, okay. Me and Linda when we did the walk together. The Gomez's, me and Sarah, me and JP. I mean, look, and then it just goes picture. Me and Lee, there's my baby. Isn't he wonderful? I love him so much. He's so sexy. Did y'all know he'd been cleaning house for me? I was working all weekend. And do you know that him and Ann, my sister-in-law who lives with us, I mean, there's certain things I have to do because one, he can't see well, and seeing things Ann can't do because she's too old and I don't need her up on ladders or anything. But I got to tell you, they take care of the bulk of what needs to be done. So today was my Sunday. One Sunday a month I have to clean all the stuff that they can't get to keep everything in order. But we're a team and we get it done and it's great. But anyways, it was very sexy. He was telling me what he was cleaning. So look, see my food, see my devil's food, honey bun cakes. Look at that. Hold on. I'm going to show you more. Hold on. Me and Lee, look at that. Look at the bathtub. Remember when I moved into the house and I show you the bathtub? Remember? So look at this. And then when people were sending me pictures from Rep Fest because we couldn't go this past year, how great is this? And GM, I know you see this. There's Hawaii Girlfriend. Do you see that? Us way back. Apparently somebody shared it or I reshared it and Resnap picked it up. And I got to tell you, so now look, this is not, look at my good food there. Look at that. That's the Oreo cookie dessert and the green beans. And look at the brisket. How about when I got my pinball machine up and running? Look at that. And I was rubbing the score in my boy's face. This is my life in a year. My life in a year, all the way through to the end of the year. You see how thick it is? Now, if you're somebody who you don't share anything about your life and you're not a social media hoe like me, you don't want to do this probably. But if you are and you think, oh, I can't find that picture and I got, I'll pick these up. I keep them in my living room underneath my coffee table. And I just scroll through them. And it just makes me so happy. Like that's one of my favorite pictures of me and Lee. See it over here? Yeah. My favorite pictures. And then my Lisa Wilbur bear, I must have shared that again. I mean, it just, look at all my coffee stuff. So again, this is Resnap. You'll see it says thank you. And every year they send me something which is like 45% off. It's the glossy pictures. It's wonderful. It says automatic photo selection, or you can customize it. You can design your book. I just love this. So this is what I'm going to tell you. If you decide that you want this, and no, I don't make anything from this. I just need you to know that I don't. I'm not an affiliate for Resnap, but although after this, I probably should be if they offered it. If you decide you want to do this, and at checkout, if you put thank you 18, thank you. I don't know if this still works because this came with the book, but I want to think so. You'll get 45% off whatever it is that they come up with price-wise. And I think this is done according to how many pictures you have, according to how much printing they have to do. But you know what? What a keepsake. I mean, you know, people come over and they're like, what's that? I'm like, oh, it's my album for 2018. And they're like, what? See, I have all these containers upstairs that still have pictures. I have not put in the albums, which I need to do some this year, but I have so much on my plate. But going forward, I haven't had to because the last 3 years, this has been it here. So I love this. This also has pictures of me and my brother Mike, and you know that almost a year ago he passed away. And so I have pictures in here of him and the family. And I guess I was just sharing it of you know, my nephew Noah when he was doing a solo with his guitar, and I have that. There is just so much. Look at this, everything for my kids. And then when Michael Senstack made me that awesome quilt, it just, there's a lot of everything. Anyways, I wanted to share this with you because I love the book. And if you come to my house and you visit me, you'll get to look through them. It's awesome. So yeah, so it's good. So what are we talking about today? Let's get into this. I'm trying to keep an eye on the time too, guys, okay? Because I know y'all got more to do than sit and listen to me. Okay, this is good. We're only half an hour in. Perfect. I did Uber all weekend, and Jesus take the wheel. Some people, that's all I'm going to say. But I have to tell you, I was, you know, I've had these times, you know, Tuesday, if you all will realize, Tuesday was a bad day for me. It just was a bad day all around. I had a bad attitude. It was a bad day. Nothing was going right. I didn't like life. Everything sucked. I was pissed because I'm just not doing my Avon business and I have to do something else. I was just everything. Lee and I were like at each other. And it just, nothing was right, okay? Like I spray a little gas on my foot, okay, when I was putting gas in my vehicle. It was not a good day. I was like, don't judge me, and I don't care. And, you know, and then God intervenes. You know what I'm saying? Like he says, okay, girlfriend, you think your life is so tough? Let me show you something. So I had to go pick up somebody and take this really nice gentleman to the airport. And so, you know, normally they take me the same way the GPS does to the airport down here in Charlotte. And I did. And I came up to the light right before taking him over to the airport. And there at the stoplight, I'm sitting, and to myself, I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? And as I pull up a little bit closer to the light, there is a gentleman in the rain, in the mud. He looked like he hadn't had a shower in at least a week. He was very thin. He was missing quite a few teeth. And he had a sign that was asking for help. And I know a lot of people that when they stop at lights and they see that, they do the eye roll and they go, oh my gosh, these people, they just need to go get a job or whatever it may be. And there's automatic prejudgment. Immediately, there is prejudgment for people like that. And it suddenly hit me that not so long in my life, that could have been me. Not so long ago, that could have been me. I remember my younger years, and I remember times when my roommate had left me and I was left paying all of the rent and I didn't know what I was going to do. And luckily there were some people from my mom's life that were there, and they opened up their door to me so I could get back on my feet. And I thought, this gentleman may not have saw this as his outcome, because I do not believe that people see this as their outcome. He could have been a vet. he could have been somebody who had some physical or emotional or psychological ailments. I don't know. But what I do know is it has got to take a loss of pride, and whatever that is, to have to stand out there in the mud with holes in your shoes in 40-degree weather with a sign that's asking for food or help. And it's almost dark. And I thought, I have a vehicle that I'm paying for, and I'm able to get out there and hustle my tail, whether it's 1 job, 2 jobs, 3 jobs, or 8 jobs. But I have the ability to do something, because I immediately put myself in his place and thought, could I ever do that? And then I thought, is he just going to the shelter that lets him have a bed at night, or is he sleeping underneath this overpass? And I thought, Molly, you just moved down to a place that's easier to live. You made a goal happen. Yes, you worked your tail off. You were healthy. You have people who care about you. And don't judge it, because could you do it? And I gave the guy, now you got to understand something. I said I wasn't going to do this. I just did my makeup, right? I have been, even down here, struggling a little bit financially. And what I mean by that struggling is my Avon is in a rebuild fashion right now, and I'm so excited because I already seeing things happen, so that makes me happy. But I knew I was going to have to still do some side hustles down here. And most of the time when people tip me for Uber, they tip me on the app. They don't hand me cash, which I'm happy with because I don't carry cash with me. And part of my bad mood on Tuesday was because I was like, I feel like I have to work all the time again. This sucks. Blah, 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 blah. Complain, Molly. And I kept looking down at the $5 because this guy tipped me $5. And this light seemed awfully long. And I thought, God, are you talking to me? I don't know what you're doing. And it looked like in this guy's thing, he didn't have much money. And I kept thinking, well, I wish that I had like 5 ones, because maybe I could give him 2 ones and I could keep 3. I don't think that's what God meant. But I thought, I'm out here working and I could work an extra 30 minutes and I could make this happen. So I put down my window and he was walking back. And I took $5. Put it in his hand, and I got to tell you something. It's just $5. I'm not going to buy him much. It certainly ain't going to get him a room, But it was almost a thank you to him, to say thank you for being part of this lesson, because God just kind of slapped me upside the back of my head the way my mama would have done and said, be grateful for what you have, woman. It could be worse. What are you thinking? Why is it that we're never happy? We are always talking bad about ourselves, and we're always talking about what we don't have and what we don't have. And I just thought, oh man, I need to. Now I'm going to tell you, I almost hold on to it a little bit, like expecting him to say, do you need change for this? And I let go. I had to let it go, right? And it didn't hurt me because I had no plans for it, because I didn't know I was getting it, right? I just felt like, you know what? I need to do this. Because that man in that moment, standing right there, made me realize that life could be so much worse. It could be so much harder. It also brought me to the subject for today. And just briefly, no, Tony, don't say I have a heart of gold. Let me be honest. I struggled. The struggle was real, Tony. So don't build me up to be something better than I am, because I kept looking down and saying, mm-mm, looking down and saying, mm-mm, looking down and saying, mm-mm, and the light was still red. OMG. And then I look at him and I grab it and I say, oh, I don't know. And maybe if I had, maybe I should give him the change for my thing. Oh, no, I was struggling. Believe me, I was struggling to do the right thing. I was struggling. So believe me, no greatness here because the struggle is real, okay? Because I was like, I could put that towards the gas bill, or something like that. So yeah. So it's all good. So I had to think about Tuesday and how bad it was, and to say to myself, it wasn't that bad. But part of the reason that I foresaw it as being so bad is because of how I was talking to myself. The things I was saying to myself on Tuesday, that like what? Like I shouldn't be working hard, that like what I'm going to tell myself what a loser I am, that my business had gotten to a certain place and that so much had changed in my life and relationships have changed in my life. And, people who were friends, they're not so friends anymore. And people who, your relationships change with family. And the thing is, it's not a bad thing. It's probably something that was needed, and probably as much for them as it was for me. I had to say, stay in your lane, Molly. You know how to build a business. You know how to mentor representatives who want to work. You know how to be nice to people. You know how to share your Avon. I mean, I swear, just Ubering this week, I think I have given out 21 brochures. Now, have any of them ordered yet? No, but you know what's great? It opened up the conversation for the Green Goddess CBD facial serum, because that's the sample that I had in with that brochure. So here I am. We have a 24-minute trip. And they ask, oh, Avon, yeah. And I'm like, oh, yeah, take one. I said, let me ask you, do you have anybody else that you would like to make sure gets one of these that loves it as much as you do? And they said, oh my gosh, yes, so and so and so and so. And I said, oh my God, take another one, take two. Just please make sure that brochure gets into their hands, please. And I need you to know that if that person orders from me and shoots me an email and tells me that they were directed to me because of you, I'm going to send you something very, very special. I am, because I appreciate you helping me build my business because you love my company. It doesn't get any better than that, But I had to decide that I had to stop getting back into that old habit of talking bad to me. There's a lot of things that have happened in the last year or the 18 months that I haven't liked, that I wasn't a fan of. Whether it was something to do with my company, whether it was something to do with people in our company, whether it was something to do with some of my customers, maybe it was with my family, maybe something was going on with my kids, maybe me and Lee weren't getting along at the time. There is always going to be struggles, because this isn't like, oh, wow, here's a struggle. People, life is the struggle. I don't know anybody, if they're telling you they have a perfect life, they're lying to you. Get away from those people. Nobody has a perfect life out there. OMG. Thank you very much. Hashtag you lying. That's what you lying. People who they're always telling you how wonderful things are. And look, and I'm a firm believer. Of course you talk about what's great on social media. You talk about I'm the only dumbass who, I said that, dumbass who's getting out there showing a before picture with, it looked like I just got run over by a truck and they left me with all the damage, thank you. And then a picture of me that probably looks like what I look like today, because I believe in sharing the good and the bad. Now, I don't mean complaining and drama. But what I do know is when I've had to put my foot up my own butt because of how I've been, I feel like that helps you to share that. I feel like, have you ever felt like, oh my gosh, I thought when my kids got older, they wouldn't have struggles, right? And I talk to my kids probably more since I've been down here than I did when I was in Maryland with them. And, listening to their struggles and, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it is true. Life is the struggle. And now I'm able to tell them, hey, guess what? You're going to have struggles. You're going to figure out how to get through this. It may not be exactly the right move, but even if it's the wrong move, you're going to learn something from it. Where you don't learn is when you make no move. Where you don't learn is when you just tell yourself you're the biggest loser in the world. This business isn't going to work. Your life isn't going to work. Your relationship isn't going to work. Your relationship with your kids suck. It's never going to get any better. And you start feeding yourself all that crap. And before you know it, you're in the sludge pit and you are just everything that's negative. You're like, oh my gosh, this was clear water. What happened? There is nothing but sludge in here, because that is all you're telling yourself. And okay, I'm gonna admit something else. People say, oh my God, there's nothing wrong with talking to yourself as long as you don't answer yourself. I answer myself, okay? Can I tell you that I have all out conversations with myself? Like, Molly, what were you thinking when you did that? I don't know what I was thinking. Obviously, I wasn't thinking. Well, Molly, I could have told you that. I could have told you that you were using the wrong side of your brain. Well, aren't you smart? It's a shame you couldn't have stopped me at that point and let me know what I was doing. No, girl, because you never seem to learn unless you let it happen to yourself. How long have I been telling you to stay in your lane? We have been telling other people, you notice I said we have been telling other people to stay in their own lane and to build from that. And there you go, just taking off in a lane that you're not familiar with. Do you have anything else to say to me to make me feel this bad? No, I'm just simply pointing out what's wrong with you today. Oh, I have the conversations all the time. Now, I have learned on most days how to turn it around and the right person win in the conversation. But I know y'all do it. I know y'all do it. Y'all, if you say you do not answer yourself, y'all lying. You lying. And Jesus is going to have to take your wheel very soon, okay? Because I know you're lying. I'm not the only person who talk to myself. And if I am, oh well, I'm in my lane, so that's what counts. So this is what happens, Or like, have you ever gotten off the phone with a team member? Okay, for all my girls that are leaders, you get off the phone and you go, it's like the 18th time I've had to tell that person. I swear I have it marked down. I have it in the notes and Bob. I know I told her the answer to that question 18 times. Why in the world does she just don't take that information and let it sink in? Why she not do that, right? And then my good self says, Molly, if this is the time that she finally got what she needed, then it doesn't matter if it was 18, 1800, or 8. And I go, okay, I give you that. Because you know what? That's what I signed up for. Because just like we don't always do everything the same, other people are not going to do everything like you. Our job is not, look, I would love to find, can you imagine this? Thank you, Jesus, for breaking the mold. But can you imagine, I would say, I just need to find 8 more of me. Now, in reality, if it's about giving up, staying with it, whatever, I do wish I could find people now with a lot of my qualities now. Here's the key here. Unless people have gone through and walked what you've walked through or something similar, without somebody walking and swimming and crawling in all those lanes that their life has taken them, they will never understand or look at things the way exactly like you do unless they are a clone of you. But I would like to find people who absolutely want more for themselves, but it's not enough to want more. You got to be willing to do more. You've got to be willing to just keep going a little bit further. I know I'm tired, but come on, one more try. Come on, one more person. So I am looking for people who, I always say, who are tired of being broke. They're tired of people telling them that they'll never be anything. They're tired of people who always want to tell them what they should do. They're tired of always pleasing people. They want something more for themselves, but more than that, they don't just want it. They're willing to take the steps, and they're willing to have conversations with themselves, because sometimes that's what we need, is conversations with ourselves. That when we feel ourselves getting too caught up with what's happening with somebody else in our company, what's happening with this person, what's happening with that person. Oh my God, why is it that that person always gets recognized, but I never get recognized? How come that person always has that? Stop worrying about what that person has. You don't know what that person's life entails. You don't know how or when or why or where they got there. Only thing you should be concerned about is what you are doing, and what you, if you have a team or you have people watching you, which also includes your kids and people who are waiting to see you fail, and you need to say, no more. I am going to do this my way, the right way, and I'm going to quit talking about it, and I'm going to do something about it. Because if you're telling yourself that everything those people are saying about you is right, then what are you even doing here on my live stream? Seriously, because you're not going to like anything I say. The people who have just met me in the last 5 to 7 years, maybe even more, maybe 10 years. Let's do 10 years. You do know me. I always say, oh, well, you don't know me. You have no clue where I came from. And they don't know where I've come from, a lot of them. But in the last 10 years, there has been, even though the struggle has still been real through all those 10 years, I feel like, honest to God, that what happened before that. I mean, I've been with Avon 16 years now. It'll be 16 years in April that I have been with Avon. And when I think about who I was when I came to Avon, and how broken I was, and how unsure I was, and what a loser I felt like I had proved to myself I was, and to my kids. And I think it broke my heart more that my kids might look at me as a loser than me looking at myself as a loser. I had got myself used to me looking at myself as a loser and somebody who is never going to do as well as my brothers did. And some of that is still true in different ways. I always say God has never given me a lot of money, because he knows how to keep me in my lane. He knows that me being able to pay my bills, and it keeps me humble. And maybe I would be a royal bitch if I had money. I don't know. I may never know, right? Maybe that's the plan. But I do know that when all those years passed, and I started doing YouTube videos, and I started trying to figure out what was my lane. And I don't mean what company. I mean, look, I love Avon, and I love the other side hustles, from the Ubering to the Hempworks and everything else that I've done. Okay. I love that. But my growth did not come because of the companies. My companies did not make me who I am today. My journey, and how I handle things, and how I talk to myself, and how I was determined I was going to grow. And that when I opened myself up to all the horrendous things that did happen, or maybe could have happened had I not done some things differently, that I don't even like thinking about where I would have been. Some of you probably feel like you're in a really bad place right now. Well, I'm here to tell you, as somebody who feels like she consistently has to start over, that if you're still breathing, that's okay. If you still have what it takes and you're willing to get started again, that is fabulous. Don't ever give up on you, because when you do, one, all the people who want you to fail, you're giving them what they want, right? And two, you're letting that bad part of you who doesn't believe in you, you're letting that person win. Win. I just think that if you are just starting in business and you're watching this, no matter what your business is, I think that you have to break things down in small bites. Because when we overextend ourselves and we try to get everything done at once, number one, it's all meant to be a journey. It's the journey to a better life. It is the journey to better living. It is the journey to building a business. It's a journey to being a better you. It is the journey. And that requires something from you all the time. It does. It requires it. The moment you lay down and say, there's nothing about this that's worth it, you've already spoken into existence. When you say, no, I'm not working on this today because I swear it's not doing anybody any good, then I'm here to tell you, the moment you speak that stuff into your life, you have just owned it. You have owned it. Well, you know what? I hear reps all the time. Well, you know, I've been doing this now for 6 weeks and I don't have one customer. You know, I guess this isn't for me. Well, you just said it's not for you, so I guess it's not, because when you have that attitude going forward, you're not going to produce very much because you've already got a bad attitude. When you got a bad attitude and you're out there trying to share something that you should be very excited about, and you really want to make a connection with people, then it's going to take a little bit more than that bad attitude you got going on right there, okay? It means that you've got to somehow or other dig up just a teaspoon of belief, and you've got to put it in your mouth, and you've got to swallow it. Swallow it down and believe in yourself. That is what you've got to do. That is what this calls for. I believe that no matter what, there is opportunity for growth. And I think sometimes we look at the almighty dollar. For anybody who's in direct sales, look, to me, that is the hardest industry out there. People go, oh my God, no, it's not. It's going to college for all these years, and then you go in and you're fighting corporate America, and you're doing this and you're doing that. No, you don't, because a lot of those people just show up. I'm not putting you down. It's all good if that's what you chose. But when you decide that you want to do direct sales, this doesn't happen unless you happen. This doesn't happen unless you work. Nothing they don't just give you stuff. You have to build what you have from the ground up. You don't get to start at the top level and go, okay, I'm going to give you an A, okay? Give you an A, baby. We'll start out there. And then if you end up on the ground, oh, well, no. You were at the ground. You were like, zero. Here we are. And it's up to you to build it. So to me, the struggle is absolutely real with that. But number one, if you know it's what you want, there's the first battle. If you love people and you want to do something to help people, that's the other thing. Because I believe that people who only get into this and it's all about just the almighty dollar, which is the last thing of what you can do and make, I believe that you'll lie, cheat, steal, all of that stuff in order to make it happen for you. You know, I believe that people will do some uncanny, unethical things when it is truly not about the people and building relationships. I believe that the most successful people, 99% of the time, it's because they're about helping somebody, finding a product that's great for them, something you think they will love. Sometimes it's not about the product at all. It's about simply listening to them and about having a conversation with them. It's about knowing if somebody has lost a loved one or is struggling or having a hard time or they weren't feeling good, saying, hey, just checking on you. How you doing? Whether it's your customers or your team members. And does that mean you're always going to get it right? No. But if you're not a people person, you are not in the right business. Okay? You are not in the right business. You are not in the right field. You know, it's just like, look, I can tell a good nurse and a bad nurse, okay? I commend anybody who goes into nursing, right? But I will tell you, some of the nurses who took care of my brother when he was in the last couple of weeks of his life a year ago, to me, were the most extraordinary people because of how they were with him, how they were with us as a family, that the struggle was so real for us, and they were trying to make sure that anything they did from him, that they wanted to make sure everything was okay. And their heart was full of compassion and love and the want to do their job the best way they could for and I will tell you, I will forever be so grateful for these people that took care of him the way they did. I just believe that whatever you do, it has to be about how you can give back. How you can give back. You know, I mean, I don't think it's back when I was raised, it was, always about, are you going to be a missionary? And I was in church, are you going to be a pastor's wife? Are you going to be a youth director? Look, we need all those people. Those people help people, but that is a calling. And I kind of felt like if I didn't go into that, I was probably going to be like the bad person. The black sheep. The black sheep. But being the black sheep has led me to figure out exactly where my lane is, and that God can use me in any journey that I choose, as long as I know that what I'm doing is beneficial and helps share love and support. And yes, sometimes that is tough love. Look, if you're part of my Onward No Matter What group for Avon representatives, dude, I know I'm tough. You do not have to. My boys, if they were in there, my boys would say, oh, Mom, I know what you're doing because you did that to us when you was raising us, and we didn't like you then either. And there's a lot of people who do that in Onward. There's a lot of people in there who don't like me. They don't like my style. They don't like how I am. They probably think I should be more compassionate. I got to tell you something. I'm very compassionate, but I don't like lazy. I don't do lazy. I don't like lazy. You can take a lazy day if you want to relax, okay? But I don't do lazy. I don't have time for people who are not looking to be better, who are not looking to find their lane. I don't have time for that. You can still stay in my group. Just don't create any problems, okay? I know I can be tough. And when I'm putting helpful stuff in there for life and for business, or if you're watching on the inspiration page, I mean, sometimes it's all about cooking, okay? I am going to start a cooking page and start separating that. But sometimes it's just about who don't want a good chicken wing, Who don't want a good Oreo dessert? Who don't want a hot piece of honey bun cake? Sometimes that is absolutely loving people, okay? I'm going to love you with all the sweetness. I'm going to love you with all the good cooking. But if you are in my Onward group, it is absolutely not about my cooking. And it is absolutely about, if you want to grow as a person, if you want to be part of doing your absolute best, not my best, your absolute best, then you are going to have to take the reins of your life and your business, and you're going to have to write down your goals and write down the path to your goals, and you're going to have to figure out, Cupcake, exactly what you are going to do with your life to be better. That's what you're going to have to do. okay? Because it's not just going to happen. It's not just going to happen like a poof wand. It's not. It's not going to happen like that. And I can't tell you what your goals should be. Sure, I could absolutely share with you what my goals could be for life, for business, for raising kids, for cooking. Yeah, my opinion. It's not about that. This is supposed to be about you. And I think a lot of you run around chasing your tails. I think a lot of you are like, oh yeah, I saw that person want that. I think I want that in my life. Oh my God, that person's doing that in their business. I got to put that in my business. Oh my gosh, look what they're doing with their kids. I think I should be doing that with my kids too. Oh my gosh, look at that picture of Molly and Lee. I think I need to go take a picture just like that of me and my husband and the love with laughter. Stop trying to be everybody else. Stop trying to do what everybody else is doing. Take a simple suggestion and make it you. And if you don't know who you is, you need to figure it out. Okay? Stop it. We got a Molly Stone bib. Trust me. We don't need no more of them. I told you last week that Lee Bibb said I was a lot. I'm taking it as a compliment, okay? I'm taking it as a compliment. But we don't need no more of that. You know what? We got a Sherry Thomas Vasquez. We got a Lori Hannah Walsh. We got a Tracy Concert. We got a Debbie Wade. Yes, I'm picking on you because I just saw your names pop up. That's the only reason. I need you to take a Phyllis Sobrani, okay, and be the best you. Quit worrying about everybody you're following and how you want to be them, okay? Angela says, I am who I am. Now, Angela, let me be clear with that statement. You're right. I am who I am. But let me add to that, but I ain't done yet, Cupcake, okay? Because, see, here's the difference. Sometimes, and Angela, I'm not picking on you, okay? I'm not saying... we love each other, you know that. So Angela, it's just because you said it and you put something in my head, that's how it rolls. So what happens is you can say, yeah, I am who I am. Now I love that, okay? I love that. But are you done? Are you done? Because I know some people will go, you don't like who I am? You don't like how I roll with business? You don't like how I support or not support my team? You don't like how I will hurt anybody and let whatever spew out of my mouth? You don't like that? Well, go on. Well, I got news for you, Cupcake. There's a lot of people who are going to go on because no, you do not have the right to be hurtful. You do not have the right to criticize. I believe if we are still here, God has given, and lately there have been so many deaths, so many people who have lost spouses, kids, aunts, uncles, grandmas, loving furry pets. Life is short, people, and I don't think we should just be okay with who we are. I think we've got to be okay with who we're building, but I think there is always room for improvement. I think yes, Angela, I'm never done. That's right. You're never done. But I don't believe you should be comparing yourself to these. Don't compare yourself to me. If I'm 16 years in the business and you're 2 years in the business, there is no comparison, okay? You might take something from my past that I've told you and say, I remember, yeah, that was me. That's how I am. We talked about how I shared bags, like the sample deluxe bags that I'm using, and I just finally got my Dove candy in because I always put candy in with my sample bags. And somewhere along the path went wrong, and people are like, well, is that because our company, we don't have enough samples going on? Oh my gosh, hush. Just hush your mouth. They're bringing them out as fast as they can bring them out. Okay, so stop it, negative Nelly. Okay, and if your name's Nelly and you're not negative, I'm sorry, but I didn't start that. That's just how it rolls. So stop it. I don't have a whole lot of samples, but it's not always how many samples. Sometimes it is the presentation of the samples. And I said, you know what? I got 100 of these bad boys for like $9 and something. I'm going to take a couple of samples of what I have, and I'm going to take a nice piece of Dove chocolate, because if I don't eat it all, and I'm going to put a piece of chocolate in there, okay? And I'm going to put my business card in there, and I am going to share that with people I want to share it with. And as the sample list expands, I will be able to expand the sample deluxe sample. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, we all do different things. You know what I'm saying? The point is, are you just going to settle? Are you just going to settle? Or are you going, look, I'm 56 years old. This year I'm going to be 57. The real growth in my life was happening my whole life, but boy, was it happening in small steps. The major growth started when I left a bad relationship and my life kind of went to hell in a handbag for a while. I didn't know what I wanted, what I was going to do. But I knew that if I made that step, that I could be better somehow. And I didn't know why. I didn't have a plan. I didn't have it written down. I didn't have any of that. When I found Avon, becoming an Avon representative, it enticed me because I could work it around my life and not my life around it. But I found out very quickly that if I did not have a plan about how I was going, you noticed I used the word how I was going to grow my business, not how is Avon going to grow my business, what is Avon going to give me, what is my upline going to give me, what are other reps going to give me, who's going to feel sorry for me and buy something for me. You notice I didn't say that. I said, how am I going to make this happen? What steps do I have to take to make this growth a part of my everyday life? And I did. I will tell you, it was a whole lot harder back then to make President's Club with no double dollars, no triple dollars, none of that stuff that tricks you into believing you made President's Club, but you didn't. It's a whole lot harder to make it back then than it was in the past years. And now we're getting back to where we should be, where people are actually earning what they should be earning. And that when you say you make President's Club, you're really going to make it because you've really sold $10,000 worth of products in my company. Now, it's not a false positive. And yeah, I know there are lots of you who don't agree with me with that. I don't care if you agree with me. It's my live stream, people. Don't you understand that? Go do your own live stream and say, I disagree with Molly. Go right ahead, okay? All right, go ahead. I'm all right with that. Don't judge me. It's okay. So that was just a moment. Sorry, I squirreled. But I don't like that because I don't like reps who say to me, I sold $10,000. How did I not make I don't feel like I made the money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, because you really didn't. If you take the double dollars off, maybe you only sold $5,600. Maybe you sold $6,000. Maybe you sold $3,000. I don't know how you took advantage. And the point is, it is discouraging. I'm not going to lie. It's discouraging to say, but Molly, this didn't meet the goal I wanted, but I did make President's Club. No, really, you didn't. They gave you the title and they let you claim sales that you never made. So you were never ever able to enjoy 40% of that. You were never able to enjoy 30% of that because it was only half of those totals that you earned on. So for me, Kelly says, I like you. Kelly, I like you too. And if you can still like me after this live stream, whatever I'm doing, that's a good thing because a lot of people leave my streams not liking me, but that's okay too. If everybody likes you, you got a real problem. People go, oh my God, Molly, you so loved. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm really hated a lot out there too. And that used to really hurt my feelings some 10 years ago. But now I realize that when I have haters because they don't like that I'm honest about certain things, it's okay. When you're preaching the right thing, not everybody's going to like you. It's okay. And as long as more people like me than dislike me, I think I can live with that. It's all good. So what I'm telling you in a nutshell is, guys, the first person you got to worry about is you and what you're doing. Okay, what you're doing and how you're doing it, and are you giving up too soon? Look, I specifically only recently started sharing that I was changing my skincare regimen and makeup and everything else because, to be real honest, what I've learned in my business is, and this is just me, so this isn't all of you, okay? So don't, Molly said it, so it's right. If Molly said it, it's right. No, that's not how it is. This is how I roll, okay? This is how I roll. If I'm going to take something as serious as it should be, like my skin and how I treat my skin and what makeup I'm putting on my face or what I'm putting on my hair, because as you get older, it gets harder, right? Then I have to be sure it's something that I can use. And of course, I shared that I am using the rice water cleanser, which, again, just like the foundation, it is the first cleanser from this company that I have been able to use. That speaks volumes when you've been in a company for 16 years, that there is something out there now that I'm sorry, I have got to say, oh my gosh, everybody show Donna Great Houseworkman some love. This girl, I grew up with her, okay, except she younger than me, so she got it going on, okay. But she is on here. Wow, one of my friends, good God, listening to me. Very proud of what you have accomplished. You're a fighter. Love you, friend. And Donna does know how I fought. Donna was in my life when my mom passed it, when I was 16, and saw how kind of that tore my family apart. We're not going to get into all that because I've sniffed enough tonight. But the point is, yes, there are some people I say who come into my life. They absolutely, absolutely get me, man, because they're like, Molly, seriously, Molly, I thought I'd see you on the street corner or somewhere, talking about that hoe thing. We thought that might have been you back in the day. Girl, we did not know where you were going with all that trauma in your life. I'm here to say I was able to skip the hoe thing. I was able to skip the hoe. Just a social media hoe. That's all. So it's all good. So Donna's one of those people who know. But what I am telling you is, for me to suddenly come out and say, I want to tell you what I'm using. Do you see how long it took? Everybody else was coloring their hair. I was scared to death to color my own hair. I was scared to death that I was going to have to make an emergency trip up to Maryland to have my hairdresser do whatever she needed to do to correct it. But you know what I had to do? I had to hashtag be brave. And I preach it to y'all all the freaking time, right? Be brave, be focused, be better, be 1% better than you were yesterday. And you know what? Again, sometimes I just have to take my own advice, and that's what I did. But the other thing I was really bad at, I know I'm a beauty person. I get it, okay? I know I've been a rep for 16 years. Again, don't judge me with this statement, but I was horrible about taking my makeup off every single night. Can I just put that out there? I am the girl that was horrible about it. And I mean, for years, I was horrible. My tail would fall asleep, reading the book, not take it off, whatever it may be, fall into bed, working so many hours, get up and go, oh my God, I gotta take my makeup off. Yeah, I was that girl, right? And I have to tell you that in the last 3.5, really, it's going to be almost 4 months, I have not missed one day of washing my face and taking my makeup off in almost 4 months, and washing my face in the morning again, because I love this freaking cleanser so much that they have bought to us, that I would give it the Avon Emmy, because if it has convinced Molly that she needs to do something, and I am a hard-headed wench, let me tell you, my husband will tell you, I am a lot and I am hard-headed, okay? I admit it. But it is awesome stuff. And then of course the new products that I'm using, and the fact that the transformation just in how my skin reacts to makeup, reacts to eyeshadow, just everything about it, I get up going, you know what? I can live with this, and this is great. So me changing my regimen as this goes along, that's why I have it. Y'all keep going. Everybody keeps private messaging me saying, what are you doing with your skin? What's going on with your makeup? Will you please share what you're doing? And the honesty is right here out in live stream country, I'm telling you, I had to be sure about, am I fully sold on what I am using on my face? And sold to me is when no matter what, I do it. No matter what. It's kind of like, okay, listen. It's kind of like Reese's peanut butter eggs. I am completely sold on how awesome they are. And I have the mini ones in my living room. And I'm so sold that every time I go upstairs, I pick one up. Oh, yes, I have a limitation of how many I can have a day. But I love me some Reese's peanut butter cups, and so does my husband. And I'm so sold that I will rip that bad boy open and I will pop one in my mouth. Okay? Don't judge me. Okay? I love me some Reese's peanut butter eggs, and they are completely different than anything else out there, right? So there you go. Easter's here. I'm happy. I love them. Don't judge me. That's how it is. So let me see here. Building a strong financial profile, listening, learning, distilling life lessons. No one will ever succeed without taking enormous risks. Like your work ethic, above all else, your energy is super. Oh, Laura, thank you. Laura, can I be honest? I started reading this thing, and do you know what stopped me? Portfolio. I said, oh, Jesus, take the wheel. We got somebody listening to me who turned her on to me because she's much smarter than me, and she going to leave me in about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I thought 5 minutes to figure it out. Was that Lori Morgan song, Country? Okay. I was like, oh my gosh, she's so much smarter than me. Listen to her, distilling life lessons. While Molly's over here saying, learn some lessons in life. My girl Laura is over here, and she is like distilling life lessons. And I'm like, if I could just learn how to talk like that, this side of me was saying, you know what? I would appear probably as smart as I probably am, but instead we do Molly talk here. So yeah, so Laura, mwah, love you, and I'm so glad that you like my energy, because that's one thing I do have on most days is energy. And humor is essential. Laura, I love you 100% more. Humor is essential. Yes, girl, you got to laugh at yourself too. Before anybody else get the chance to laugh at me, I always laugh at me first. And you know what? Years and years and years ago, especially as a tall girl, and I was taller than all the boys in school. You know, I'm 6 foot tall, and I went to school with a bunch of shorties, okay, and all of that going on. And you know what? People were not nice. They were not nice. You know, people calling you names. You know what I realized as an adult? They still call you names, okay? They might just change the names, okay? That's all it is. You know, like, oh, Molly, Wally, 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 Molly, Wally, Wally, Wally. Good golly, Miss Molly. Or just, hey, Molly, how's the air up there? I don't know. How's the ground tasting down there? I didn't say that, but that's what I felt. Again, life is the struggle, people. Don't go, oh my gosh, I'm done with this struggle, so life's going to be awesome now. No, 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 no. You teach yourself how to talk to yourself. You teach yourself that the next struggle is coming, but the one thing you're going to be sure of is you are going to be tougher than the next struggle when it appears, because you have been through this. And I always say, I know the struggle is real, but I'm still here. So that's a good thing, right? Well, unless you don't like watching me, why you on here anyways? But yes. Roger says, I love you because you keep it real even when I don't want to hear it. Especially, Roger, when you don't want to hear it. That is where the growth starts. Yes. So yeah. Oh yeah, Jolly Green String Bean. Now, I have not been called a string bean, but have you seen my ass? Okay. They're not good unless there's a bump in the string bean. No, they're not going to say that about me, girl. But believe me, I probably would have taken that as a compliment. Let me be honest, Lori. I probably would have taken that as a compliment. So, okay, so let's finish this off. We're almost done here. And I promised my husband Chinese. And yes, it's almost 7, so I'm almost at the end of where I need to be. Let's bring all this together, okay? First of all, I shared with you my replay book that I got from Facebook. And again, if you're not a social media hoe and you don't have a lot of pictures, this is not going to benefit you. But you can look up Resnap on Facebook, and all my memories from the last year, from 2019, are in here. Some make me sad, some make me happy. Look at my food. Y'all see, I can cook some food now. Can I? Do you follow me on this page? Because I can cook. I'm telling you, I'm working on that cookbook. We're going to get that thing up and running. And look here, Christmas time with my kids and my granddaughter and Lee. And by the way, I don't want you to think that I set all this up this way. I didn't. It just chronologically, I think I said it right. They put it in the right order of how it appeared in Facebook for me. So look at all this. You know what I'm saying? Things that I've put on there, different things that I've shared, all the gifts that Wilby has sent me throughout the last year, all of that stuff. Okay, so I shared that with you. I shared the fact that you have to watch how you talk to yourself. It is the most, if I were to say the most important thing for me in business and in life, talk, Molly, talk, it would be that when I talk to myself correctly, even when I'm having a conversation, I need to make sure which side is winning with myself. That is what gets you through the bad stuff that people say about you. And by the way, most of the time they don't say it to you. They say it behind your back, and then you know it gets back to you because people like to start drama by telling you what they said. Most of the time it will be the people closest to you. It may be family. It may be team members. It may be people who profess to be your friends. It may be that person at work who says, I got you back, baby. I got you back, okay? They don't always have your back, okay? But you need to be sure about who you are and who you want to be. Who you are is accepting who you are at this moment. And by the way, if you're a hot mess, own the hot mess. I did 16 years ago, hot mess. No other way to describe. I'm sorry, hot broke mess. Okay, broken and broke mess. But own where you are at this moment, but then self-talk yourself where you want to be. Who do you want to be? Not you want to be me, or you want to be Teresa Paul or Wilbur or Scola or Carla or any of the rest. That's a failed proposition right there. Do not be in business or in life to be somebody else. Those people can inspire you. They can motivate you. They can make you laugh, like I do sometimes, I think. Or maybe you're just trying to make me feel better. I don't know. Either way, thank you. It's all good. But you have to want to be the best you, and you need to know what that looks like. And just because you decide you know what it looks like doesn't mean that the struggle isn't going to be real with those same people. Sometimes you learn who you need to cut out of your life or who you need to trust. Sometimes it's not that. It's just you don't have as much dealings, or maybe you don't share as much. Hi, Brandy. I see you with the exclamation points. Mwah. Deb, yeah, she'll watch it in full replay later. And I'm also taking these and put them on YouTube's too, but this I like because you can share it. I'm doing it on my inspiration page because you can share this in your groups or on your page, or, again, it's not all about the Avon. Sometimes if I'm talking products or whatever, it's great because somebody else is saying, hey, this is a great product if they like what they see or whatever it may be. But mostly it's about life and the struggles and how to get through it. And I never talk to you again about anything that I haven't gone through myself, because that's all I know about. I can't talk to you about somebody I look up to, their struggles. I could give you an example, but the only thing I can tell you is how I truly get through what I get through every single day. Okay? And you need to start figuring that out. Take the first step. Be brave. Be focused. Be consistent. And again, try to be 1% better today than you were yesterday. And as I told you on Tuesday, it was really easy for me to be 1% better on Wednesday than I was on Tuesday because I had a setback. Okay? You're going to have them. I just admitted I had one, okay? And if I can have one, everybody can have one, okay? Because I try to keep myself straight. Plus, I got Lee Bibb trying to keep me straight. And that, remember, I'm a lot. Ask him. He'll tell you. But he loves me through it all. And that's a good thing, because even though I can be a royal pain in the tushy, he loved me through it anyways. And I love him through it because he's definitely a royal pain. He's a lot too, okay? He's a lot. Let me say that, but he's a lot, and that's all that counts. So I'm hoping some of this helped you. Look, if you're jumping on right now and it's a replay, make sure you hashtag replay. When you jump on, don't be that stalker in the background. Tell me who you are. Tell me where you're from. Tell me if you're sharing it. Tell me what's helped you. Let me know what you want to hear more of. And when it just has to do with business stuff, I try to keep that in the Onward group because not everybody wants to hear how we run a business. But a lot of this is absolutely has to do with life and business together, okay? And again, if you try to keep them basically even and you bring the same skills to both, you can be successful at both. You can. And even if you're not in business and you're just listening to this for the fun or laughing at me or maybe to learn something to put in your life, I just combine it. But in the end, you can be better. Even if it's a better mom, even if it's a better spouse, if it's a better, if it's a better employee, if it's a better leader, if you just want to be better for you, you can be, but it's never going to happen without the work. Okay. So love you a bunch. Go forth this week and conquer onward no matter what. Don't lay down. Don't expect people to do you for you. Only you can do you or not. Okay. And I will see you back here next Sunday. Same Molly channel, same Molly time. And we will see what we're going to talk about next week. Bye, guys. Take care. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.